Everything is centered around the internet nowadays, and whether you're planning on doing front-end, back-end, or full-stack development, it's always a good idea to know how to create a website or a web application. Front-end and full-stack developers use HTML and CSS quite extensively, but even as a back-end developer, you will find it very beneficial to know and understand HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. This is the language that web pages are written in. An HTML page consists of elements that describe the structure of the page and tells the browser how to display the page. The elements tell the browser that this piece of text is a heading or a paragraph or a hyperlink, for example. Here is an example of what HTML code would look like. You have your HTML tag, then you have a head that will have your title and any metadata in, and then you have your body, which is what is actually displayed on the web page itself. This is, you've got a heading, this is for a paragraph, and this is a link. There are many more other tags, but this is just a simple example. And if you want to look at this example, what it looks like on a web page, that's what it will look like. HTML on its own is not enough though, as you can see. It looks quite plain and not at all like the web pages you see on the web. It only gives you the content and structure, but no formatting. Plain HTML on its own will make a website look quite dreary and sad. Well, this is where CSS comes in. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. This is where you add the look and feel of your website. CSS tells your page how it should be displayed. You can change the font size, color, backgrounds, and all other kinds of settings. Let's go back to our original HTML file that we created. And now you can see here another tag called Style. This is where I put in the Cascading Style Sheets or CSS information. You can see I've put some extra formatting information in on the body, on your heading, on the paragraph. I changed the font, and then I just added another one just to show you called Small Text, and I changed the font size to very small that I used here, and then another paragraph. So here we can see what the web page looks like now since we've added the CSS style sheet. You can see the heading has been centered, and I've changed the color. The font is different, and then also I added this other paragraph that made the text quite small. To further improve your skill and make your website look professional, you can use Bootstrap. Bootstrap is the most popular front-end open source toolkit to build responsive mobile-first websites. Well, let's go have a look and see how that works. Okay, now I've changed our original example a little bit. I've added Bootstrap to it. As you can see in the head tag, we added a link to a style sheet, which links us back to the Bootstrap CSS file, where all the Bootstrap tags are in. I've still got the original style sheet, the CSS style sheet that we had originally, and then you'll see that the file has changed a little bit. I've added some Bootstrap tags like container, the margin and the margin size that you can add, cards with a card body, and that will all help you format your HTML files much better. So now if you go look at the page, that's now what it looks like. I've added some columns in, and there's your link still, but now the links actually look like buttons, not just a plain HTML link. This is just a very simple example of how HTML, CSS and Bootstrap works. They are all very powerful tools that can create amazing websites. No matter what your job is, you will always find it useful to know HTML to some extent.